Well, trying to pick who is going to come out on top of this little pile is a very, very difficult job indeed. There's no doubt about that. But any look at the cars would be incomplete without mentioning this man. Car number 306, he's the reigning world champion. He's also the current national points champion, and that is car number 306, George Polly. There's one other man we must also mention, and that's 351 Barry Lee. He's won just about every possible championship you can mention in hot rod racing, and of course in earlier days in rallycross. And he's going to be there at the finish as well. The green flag goes down and the starting marshal sends them away. There's George Polly. He'll be content to sit there for a lap or two and let some of the other cars sort themselves out a little, feel his way around the track, and there's a turn up for the book. Barry Lee is already in trouble, and you can see, I think, how deep the mud and the water is on the inside there, on the speedway track. Barry just missed things there, and he's out, really now a long, long way behind, and I think we've got to virtually put him out of the race for the moment, unless he can really do something fantastic. So 138, Colin Thompson the leader. Second place man is still 109, Les Lyons, local lad from London. 178 is still holding the third place, Frank Hartley. While we were watching that tussle with Barry Lee, George Polly has found himself trouble, and there's George sitting on the side of the fence, obviously disappointed. 306, George Polly out of the race. This is the lead group again, still Barry Lee, a lap behind in the second position. 109, Les Lyons, still there. And really Colin Thompson is holding off. Barry Lee very well indeed. He could really, I suppose, afford to let Barry go. But he's not inclined so to do. And there's another car in trouble. Colin Facey from Bishop's Stortford for number 14. Goes to join 108, former world champion Bob Howe in the mud on the inside of the track. It's the lead group. A little bit of debris of cars parked on the inside. Those men quite some way back, and it's now coming on to rain, and that really could perhaps be the upset that Barry Lee has been looking for, a chance to make a break. But even then, I can't see how he could possibly make up the amount of ground that he'd have to get back into it, and it really is coming down with a vengeance, as you can see, and that's going to make the top surface very, very greasy where it's already not very boggy. And there's Barry Lee already taking advantage of that, nipping past. Just that little change in the surface conditions, and Barry Lee manages to get by. Now Barry Lee will go streaking away, and we can concentrate on the real scrap for these first places, because things are hotting up. The first three have only about 5 or 6 yards between each of them. 138 is still the leader, 109 is second. Here they are, 138, Colin Thompson, 109, Les Lyons. And the little imp, 178, Frank Hartley. Frank comes from Sidcup, and a rather interesting little imp at the back of that 3, because in fact it's got a mini engine in the back instead of the usual Hillman engine. These are the sort of tricks that they get up to with this formula. There's very few limits on what they can do with these cars. They've got to add all the bolt-on goodies, all the extras that they can, and tweak every inch of performance out of them. And I was just about to say, contact, of course, is forbidden in hot rod racing, but under these sort of conditions, I think so far they've done very well. And in fact, that seems to have been the undoing of 138. He really seems to be in trouble. That was only a relatively gentle drift into the back end of those other cars, but that has really set him back. And 109 has taken it up from 178 and number 6. And those 3 are quite a long way clear of 138 and 184, and I think 19 is coming around in the 6th place. Now that's the way they are now, with 20 laps gone and 10 more to go. But there's the leader, Les Lyons, in number 109. And you can see he's out there on his own at the moment. The other cars got held up quite a bit, and that's put him, what, 40 yards clear. The car behind him, in fact, is a back marker. Immediately behind him is a back marker. We go back to number 6 and 184. There's Barry Lee still battling away, but Barry is still only about 40 yards in front of that 109 car and 3/4 of a lap behind. There's Barry. 23 laps gone. Still 109. Number 6, Graham Holmes, is up into second place. 184, Chris Gautry, former stock car British champion, is up into third place. 19, Mick Collard is fourth. And 331 Phil Powell has now moved into fifth place. But some of those cars are still some way back, and they're really going to have all their work cut out if they're going to get anywhere near this flying blue top, who's out at the front at the moment and looking all set to take this Burton Winternational trophy. That's number 6, Graham Holmes from podium. He's second, but he's got too much to do, I think, in the time that's left, because we're already into the last 5 laps. There's the lead car, 109. Some of these other cars are running a long way behind. 3 more laps when they come through this time. There's number 6 and 184. They're the second and third place men. Graham Holmes and Chris Gautry. The car in front of that group, the 62 car, in fact, is a lap behind. He's not in it. The rain has stopped again now, but the surface, of course, still very slippery indeed. 2 more laps this time as the lead car goes through, and about a third of a lap behind comes this little group, with number 6 in second place and 184 third. And the 62 back marker really holding these two up, but I don't think it would make much difference because this man is so far in front now, and it really is difficult to pull back when you've got so far behind, and that's the situation that the second, third men find themselves, and in fact the group behind that are some way behind them. 1 more lap to go from Ted Weaver, the starting marshal. There's the second place man, number 6, Graham Holmes, still holding on to that place with 184 right on his tail, but unable to do very much about it. The checkered flag is at the ready now as 109 comes off this turn. A very fine win for the blue top driver. He's beaten the red tops, the star grade men, to take it. Here come the second and third places now. Number 6, Graham Holmes, comes home in second place, and 184, Chris Gautry, is third. But a fine win for 109, Les Lyons.